Hello and welcome back to my vlog series as I prep towards comp for the first time in 3 years. You'll have to excuse this. At the moment in the Gold Coast it is just so hot and so muggy. And I trained early this morning and I've just put the girls back down for their nap, so this is the only chance I'm going to be able to get to really give you guys an update this week. So I'm just wanting to fill you in. Since last week when I announced that I was going to compete again, any changes that I've done, what I've been implementing this week, and anything that I'm sort of feeling. And I just really want to give you guys a bit more insight and a bit more of a journal and diary that I can, I guess, look back on and know how I was feeling in different stages that I went through, so that I can then refer on to my clients as well and show them that they're not alone in a lot of the feelings that they may be having. So last week I announced that I was competing again, and I had such an overwhelming amount of people just sending me amazing, beautiful messages, support. I know that a lot of my beautiful bod girls, most of which that I have not even met yet, are flying from Melbourne and Sydney to come and watch me compete, and they've already booked their flights and tickets. So whilst those messages were so incredible to know that I have such a strong support network out there, it was so incredibly overwhelming. I had a mini freak out yesterday just trying to really make sure that I 100% can do this. And I guess everyone's like, oh, but it's just a bit of fun. And it is. And when I'm on stage, it is so much fun and there is nothing like it. But there is those nerves of, since competing 3 years ago, I have had twins. I had a C-section. I've never had a C-section before. The boys were delivered vaginally. I think the C-section recovery, no doubt, hands down, was so much harder. The actual birth experience for myself, whilst incredibly scary, the experience, it's all calculated and done with the doctors, so it's not as, you don't know what's going to happen. Whereas with a natural delivery, it could result in a C-section and it would be an emergency C-section, so it's a bit, yeah. But the recovery for a C-section was horrible, and I've documented that before, and I have had to have cortisone injections into my C-section scar tissue to try and reduce the pain that I have been having still. I've had the girls a year ago, so it's still a lot of pain that I am in. So that's been, yeah, hard to sort of overcome, and really, yeah, I guess I just had a freak out, and that self-doubt that everybody goes through really hit me, and I don't know, in everyday normal life, no one ever would be walking down the street and see somebody that they kind of half know that came up to them and said, you really need to work on your bum, or, oh, you're very small, or your back's not big enough. It just doesn't happen, whereas in this world it does, and it happens every single day. So different people tell you different opinions, and it is a competition, and you are competing for what the judges want in that particular day, that particular federation, and that particular year. And that changes all the time. So something that I always say to our girls that I'm now making sure that I really take note of is that in these competitions, they could have changed what they wanted from last year to this year, and that's okay and that's fine. And the judging panel might like blondes, but they might like brunettes. And it doesn't mean that that's a reflection on you or your body, because in every single one of these comps, there's going to be different judges. They're going to be judged differently, and they can't really guarantee the exact same judges worldwide, Australia-wide, and judging criteria, especially for a division like bikini. It is so subjective, and it is such a personal preference of what the judges like on the day. So whilst it is amazing fun, and I have seen before a lot of girls that place second or third in one comp 1 week, go on to win nationals 2 weeks later. So it is not a reflection. I don't believe that it is the best body on the day. It is the best body on the day for the judge's choice and what they're looking for. So that's something that I really, really make sure that I drill into my girls, and now having to make sure that I remember myself. And for me personally, I have never felt as good as I currently look. I have never been as strong as I am now. I have never been eating as much food as I am now. I have never been as healthy, as fit, as energetic. My hair's thick, my skin's fine. There's so many other factors that come into this that a lot of people when they prep don't do it the right way. And I really want to showcase to mums that there is other ways out there, and just because you are a mum now, it's not the end of it, and you can do whatever you want to do and whatever you set your mind to. And so the reason behind me getting back on stage, besides the fact that I clearly love competing, everybody said to me, oh, when are you getting on stage again? When are you getting on stage again? Oh no, I've had twins now. That's been and gone. Like, I'm retired, I'm not getting on stage again. And then I was like, well, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I literally don't have to change my diet or my training much. And I'd love to give it a go, so why not? So those little excuses that we always say to ourselves usually aren't actually valid reasons. And it's more the fear inside of us that we kind of have to really dig deep to realise that's actually what it is, and that's what's holding us back. And then when we realise that that's what it is, overcoming that will make us such a stronger person and be able to know those feelings and be able to move forward with lots of different situations throughout your life. So whilst I'm incredibly nervous, clearly, I am excited and I cannot wait for all of the amazing things that happen and come along with comp. So one of those amazing things that is the beauty of comp and that I just absolutely love about comp is choosing your bikinis and the beauty side of things. I just love that. So since we moved into our old gym, maybe 3 years ago, we've been using Glam Fit bikinis. Hopefully you can see that. There's a bit of a glare there. They are amazing. These girls, they're the best in Australia. They're the fastest, they're the cheapest. They've got the best range of fabrics and crystals. They're just amazing. They're just such good cut bikinis. So the fun begins. And just like everything else within this sport, it's subjective. So everybody has told me to wear a different colour and wear this and don't wear that, and that's a bit of a bad colour to choose, everyone wears that. So there's lots of different things that people suggest, but I would love to hear some of your opinions for colour bikinis that you do think that I should wear. In the past I've worn light blues, I've worn red, green, yellow, lots of different colours. So I'm not really sure what colours I want to go with yet. So I'd love to hear some input from you. And for those of you that are on the Gold Coast, if you are competing, we have got a lot of the Glam Fit bikini samples and colours and diamantes and things that you can come and play with at the gym. We're not sponsored by them at all. It's all directly through them, but it's so much better for you to be able to try the cuts on and see the colours and be able to have a play with it all. So that's there for you Gold Coasters if that's an option that you want to take up. Now the other thing this week that I found really difficult has been the posing. 3 years to not compete is a long time, and basically I feel like I am just a beginner again. So along with learning everything again, the judging criteria has changed, the poses have changed, a lot of the rules and guidelines has changed. I've never competed in Queensland before, so I've never even set foot in the venue that we're going to. So I don't know the stage, I don't know anything. So basically I'm a newbie straight from scratch again. And so learning the posing is hard. It is so hard. I grew up doing ballet and I was always at our concerts the boy, because I still have Mrs. Perry's voice ringing through my head. You're not an elephant, Sophie. You're not an elephant, Sophie. Graceful, graceful. I'd be like running across in my little tap shoe point toes. So I have to really try really hard to be graceful. So my posing is something I'm going to just have to practice and practice and practice. But like everything, it takes time, and it is hard to practice when you're already so time restricted. But that's just another part of it, and I do love it. And it's just hard as well, like knowing from another perspective how you look on your posing. So I try and video myself and then watch it back and then tweak it and then watch it back again. So that's how I've done it. This week I met with Laura Keddy, who's one of the IFBB posing coaches. She's amazing. She helped a lot. It's just the gym is so hot at the moment. It's like a sauna in there. So as I was posing, I had sweat dripping down everywhere. But yeah, so I just have to really work hard. I think we're about 6 weeks, 5.5 weeks out at the moment. So in regards to my nutrition, nothing's changed. I'm eating a lot of food. I follow the BOD program, and whilst I was pregnant, I've been with Nate for a couple of years, but I was able to be able to build my metabolism back up and be in a really good standpoint because I'm eating a lot of food and I'm the leanest I've ever been in my life. And these are just so many more reasons that I really need to believe in myself, and I know that I can do this. When I went to Arnold's America in 2014, I felt like that was probably the best I've ever looked on stage, and now I'm like that, eating 3 times the amount of food. I'm not doing any cardio, and I'm in such a better mindset than I ever was there. So it's all those little things that you just have to remind yourself how far you have come, along with the fact I've had twins since then as well. So that's my food and training. So I did mention last week that I have started implementing a lot more leg work and back work. So I hadn't trained back since before I had the twins. I had my breast reconstruction and that was just horrible. So I have only started training back again maybe 3 weeks ago. And it is definitely getting better, but after not training it for so long, I have a lot of work to do. So besides the training intensity and change of training, so that I'm now targeting my hamstrings and glutes a lot more and my back a lot more, it's a lot harder. I'm pushing myself a lot more, which is an amazing thing to do, don't get me wrong, because if you don't have a goal in mind and you don't have anything to strive towards and work towards, what's the incentive to do that extra rep, to push extra hard, to put on extra weight? There's so much more, and because I know I'm getting on stage in front of thousands of people, and it's something that I have wanted to do for so long, and I just never thought, when we found out we were having twins, I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be able to compete again. So that alone is just amazing for me to even consider. So I just have been pushing really hard with my training, and it's great. I'm exhausted. My legs hurt. My booty is so sore. My back, so it's great feeling knowing that people are seeing the improvements in my back, and have been saying that to me, so that makes me feel that it's paying off and it's working. And besides that, everything else has pretty much been exactly the same. I'm not doing any cardio. I highly doubt that I will do any cardio this prep. I do not need to be any leaner, which is another thing that a lot of people are saying to me is, oh, don't worry about the nerves, you're still quite a way out from comp. I'm only 6 weeks. Don't worry about the nerves, by the time comp comes around, you'll look completely different. And I'm like, well, I'm actually not. So there won't be big changes between now and comp. This is pretty much the package I'm bringing. There's not much you can do in 6 weeks. I might come in a little bit tighter, fuller, but I'm not going to be carb loading, water depleting, nothing of that type of thing. I just don't believe that a bikini competitor should be doing anything like that. I think that in my heart of hearts that a bikini competitor should look this way year round, and that is something I have always endorsed. I think that a bikini competitor should step on stage how they are year round, and just, I don't think that we need to have these massive preps and 2 hours a day of cardio and sodium depleting and carb loading and all this thing for a healthy natural physique, which is the way that it goes, and that's the way that the judging criteria is for bikini. So whilst a lot of people call me a bodybuilder, I'm definitely not a bodybuilder. I'm actually like the lowest end of the categories and divisions. I'm bikini, and it is quite feminine and girly, and I like that. And I am really petite. I am a size 6, and a lot of people have said to me, oh, you're very small and you will look very small on stage. And I'm totally fine with that because I'm happy with myself and the way that I look year round, and I love the way that I can go into most shops now and I know what size I am and I know that it's going to fit, and that's an amazing feeling. I don't have two separate wardrobes anymore. I don't have my bigger clothes and my skinny clothes. I have all year round clothes, and I would rather have that and be smaller on stage for that one day of the year that I compete than to be bigger year round and not be happy with how I look in order to achieve a better result in a competition. So I hope that really rings clear to a lot of people that competitions are such a minuscule part of our life. In everyday life, there's 365 days a year, and you have to seriously love your body the rest of those days, otherwise it is not worth it. And I genuinely do. I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm healthy. I have carried 4 kids, and that's the way that I'm going to bring this to the stage, and I hope that the judges can see that. And the other thing as well is that when you step on stage, a lot of people say to me, oh, but you've had 4 kids, surely the judges are going to look fondly upon that. The judges don't know anything about you. You literally are stepping on stage to be judged on your physique. They don't care if you've had 27 children. They don't care what you've been through. They don't care if you work full-time, you work 70 hours a week and you somehow manage to be able to prep to get into stage. They don't care about that. It's the best body on the day. And so I like that because it means that it's based on our physiques and it's the way that it is. But in saying that, I will be competing against 20-year-old girls who are to die for. Their bodies are beautiful. They are just flawless. And so whilst I'm optimistic and so incredibly hopeful and just grateful that I can get on stage, I honestly don't know how I'm going to place. So whilst all of those messages and beautiful comments of support saying, you're going to kill this, oh, hands down, you'll win, that sort of pressure is really, I don't know how this will go down. And there's amazing girls out there, so wait until you see the girls that I'm competing against, because there's some beautiful girls. Now, what else have I been doing this week? So this week, the tickets went on sale, which, as I said before, caused my mini meltdown because so many people sent me messages saying that they were flying up to watch me and they can't wait to see me on stage, and so many people have already bought tickets. I'm not sure of the capacity of the venue, but it's at the Southport Sharks League Club. I haven't been there before, so I actually don't know how many seats are there. What I'll do though is I will stick a ticket sales link at the bottom of this video so that you can purchase if you did want to purchase. And if you put my name, I believe that you'll be seated together with my family. Hopefully we can play pass the parcel with the twins, keep them entertained for the day for me. And yeah, so I hope that gives you a little bit more update for the week that's been and what I'm feeling and the freakouts that I'm having, and that they're totally normal and everything will come together as it is, and that it's about bringing the best package that I can possibly bring. And honestly, to date, this is my best package and I'm so proud of that. And I'm so thankful to my husband. He is just a legend of a coach. He just really is. He's got this knack and this way with people's bodies that he just knows exactly what they need and how to get it. So he's really, really good at his job and what he does. I think that's it for the update for me this week. I'll make sure that I vlog next week. And any questions, please make sure that you do ask. Oh, there was one question. A lady asked, how come we wear the stripper heels on stage? They are the clear, I shouldn't call them stripper shoes, but that's what they are. They're the clear heeled shoes. I actually don't know, but I do believe that it's so that it looks as though you're not wearing any shoes and that it doesn't draw any attention to the shoes, and that it's more, when you're wearing heels, your calves show your legs look better, and so that it is an extension of your leg rather than wearing the shoes. I know that when I went overseas to compete in 2014, there were guidelines. They have to be completely clear, no wedge, and no bigger than 4.5 inch. I can't tell you an exact reason for that, but that's what it is. So yeah, if you've got any other questions, the other question that I got as well was, why do you have to wear that dark bronze tan? So when you get on stage, there's flood lighting, because it is on a stage, and the flood lighting literally just turns you into a ghost. You know, when you stand in light, you turn the camera on and it's just white. You can't see any definition. So the tan makes sure that you can see that definition, and when you are on stage, you actually don't look that dark in comparison to when you hop off stage and into natural lighting and you're like, oh my goodness. And then you have to scrub with coconut oil and try and get it all off, and it's a nightmare. But yeah, so if you do have any questions like that, please let me know. Or if you wanted to see my posing, my update of what I can do at the moment, please let me know, and I'll try my hardest to get everything answered and up for you, and so that I can give you guys as much insight as I possibly can into my own journey getting to the stage again. Wish me luck, and I will touch base with you guys next week.